Hello and welcome to a short tutorial video showing you how to use the symbol input shortcuts to enter mathematical notation into your lines of working on the Revision Village website. And to do these symbol input shortcuts, we use a mathematical language called LaTeX, and that lets you show mathematical symbols really nicely, like you see in our question here. For example, writing n as an element of the positive integer set, or writing a summation like this. And some of these symbol input shortcuts are very straightforward just using the keyboard. Some are a little bit more complicated and are a bit more difficult to remember. So we provide you with a reference guide to some of the more common ones that are sometimes kind of complicated. So we'll just have a look at that reference guide now. We have here the Revision Village symbol inputs. And we have a few sections on here. Each of them have 3 columns. The left-hand column showing the symbol or character that you will get. The middle column showing the name or a description of that, and on the right hand side we have the command that you would enter as a symbol input to get the symbol you require. So if we just scroll down here, you'll see we have Greek characters, we have some symbols related to integrals and equivalents, we have some for number sets and other symbols, we have arrows, summation, accents, functions and isotopes. So let's try and just write a couple of lines of working for part B of this question using the symbol input shortcuts, and we'll use some of the reference guide and some just using the keyboard. So we're trying to find here the value of the sum of the geometric series sum from k equals 1 to 6 of v of k, where that sequence is defined by this general term here. So what we could note is that this will be equal to the sum of the first 6 terms of a geometric sequence. If I go into the answer box for part B and click type math, I get a box appear where I can type in lines of working or mathematical equations using the physical keyboard. And what I would like to write is that this summation here is equal to the formula for the sum of the first 6 terms. So I'd like to write a summation sign. And that's one of the more challenging ones, which is on the reference guide. So if I just bring that up, and we have here the summation section. We want this symbol here because we want to write a lower limit of k equals 1 and an upper limit of 6. So to do that we would write /sum, then an underscore, followed by parentheses where we would write the number below our summation, which will be k equals 1, and then a caret, followed by another set of parentheses where we write what we have at the top. For us that will be the number 6. So let's give that a try. If we go into the answer box here, I can write /sum for a summation sign. Because I want limits, I can now write an underscore by holding down shift and pressing the minus button. Then I can open a parentheses, one of the curly brackets, and write k equals 1 and close that. Now I can write the caret by pressing shift 6 on the keyboard, open another parentheses and write the number 6 and close that curly bracket. When I press enter, you'll see I get exactly that summation from k equals 1 to 6. Now I'd like to write next to this v, k, and I want the letter v, then I want a subscript k. So I can hold down the shift button and press minus for a subscript. Then I can press the letter k and press the right arrow to exit that subscript. So we've got on the left hand side of our equal sign now exactly the sum of the first 6 terms, and this will be equal to, using the formula for a geometric sequence, it'll be equal to v1 times r to the power of 6 minus 1 divided by r minus 1. So I need a fraction, and I can do this on the keyboard just by pressing the backslash, which is on the same key as the question mark, and a fraction automatically appears. Now I can write in my numerator v1 by doing v underscore 1 and a right arrow to exit that subscript. Open a bracket, and I want r to the power of 6, so I can type the letter r and then hold down shift 6 to get an exponent, the number 6, minus 1. And in the denominator I can just write r minus 1. So I've shown here that the sum of the first 6 terms in the summation will be equal to this, the formula for the sum of the first 6 terms of a geometric sequence. Just noting there that to do that fraction, I pressed this backslash button and then entered it. Another way I could have done that is by writing my numerator first in brackets like this. I could have written in brackets v underscore 1 multiplied by in brackets r to the power of 6 minus 1. And after I'd written all of that in brackets, I could have pressed the slash button and it will create a fraction with what I've put in brackets already in the numerator, and then I could just write r minus 1. So another option for doing that. So we have explored there some shortcuts using the keyboard and a shortcut that for the summation, which was found on our reference guide, remembering that there are many options that are common on the reference guide, so make sure you familiarize yourself with that and all the keyboard shortcuts as well.